Hi YouTube! This is Skylines. My name is Megan, but I stream a lot on Twitch and I have a few videos on YouTube, but I was watching a stream tonight and realized that maybe something that I could do that would be helpful would be to make a small video on using mods in your city's Skylines game and kind of getting started. If any of you are new to cities and aren't really very familiar with mods in the game, then you'll probably think that my UI here is crazy, and it kind of is. There's a lot of different mods that you can get from the game. When I first started playing, I was really intimidated about mods, and I wasn't quite 100% sure about, whether or not they were going to break my game or whether I could just figure it out. But it's really just so easy, and I thought I'd take just a few minutes to make a little video about how easy it is to mod your game or add mods from the workshop in your City Skylines game. So I am just going to go over that just really briefly, go over the basis. This is a city I've been working on my stream, and I'll put a link down in my information below if any of you guys who are just from YouTube want to check it out. But this is a city I've been working on for a few days, I guess. I like to do more kind of rural cities, and let's see. I've got a lot of mods going on right now. This toolbar here will tell you things like what kind of money you have coming in every week. Your unemployment is right here, your health, your global happiness, all that jazz. I'll put a link in my information below with all the mods that I am using right now, so you can kind of check these out and click on the workshop links to see if you'd like to check those out. But let's take a look. So these are all the mods that I have. Whenever you do download mods, they'll all appear here. But for now, let me just save this real quick. Ignore my names I've got going on. And we will load back to the main menu. This will just take a second. But I do have another mod that helps your game load faster and slower as well, so I'll show you guys that and how much it just really improves the speed of your game and other things like that. Alright, so this is my main menu I have here, and when you want to find mods, it'll be here in your content manager. You can see I've got a lot of stuff going on, not as much as some people do, but I try to keep it a little bit limited. There are certain things that I find really handy that I'll go over in a few minutes. However, an easy way to find mods that you want, how I like to find mods, is to click on that Steam Workshop link right there, and it'll take you right to the City Skylines Steam Workshop. This is kind of like the front page, and you'll see a lot of different things that you can find, like customized maps here, mods, district styles, which are kind of complex. If you're new to the game, maybe look into that later. But there's a lot of things that you can see here that people have modded into the game. Usually when I'm just browsing mods, I like to just go to the mod section and then look at what's the most popular in 3 months, because I really feel like the most popular mods will also be the most updated mods. And something that's very important for you to know about City Skylines is that whenever a new DLC comes out, or maybe a new patch update, the mods that you have in your game may not be compatible, and you could potentially have problems with your game crashing or not loading. The more that I've modded and used custom assets, I've definitely had that problem recently more than ever. But my point is that if you use the mods that are more popular, those modders will probably update the mod more frequently than something really obscure that maybe not a lot of people use. But these modders will have a higher demand for updating their mods. So as you can see, here's some of the most popular mods in 3 months. This screen loading mod recently has been really nice, makes your game load super fast. This just really helps me a lot. Also, this Find It mod is really good. You'll get a little search bar in your toolbar and you can just type something in. I make a lot of custom assets, especially parking lots, so I can put in parking lot 2x3 or some other size that I've put in the name of that custom asset that I've made. When you're in the workshop like this, you can see that you've already subscribed to a mod because it'll have a check mark down at the bottom of it. And if you haven't, it'll have this green plus sign. So let's say that you'd like to download this screen loading screen mod. When you're not subscribed, you'll just click subscribe and it'll tell you that the item has been added to your subscription. Some games will require you to relaunch them before the item will be downloaded. So once you've subscribed to this, you can leave and then go back to your content manager, and it should say, you can type in the name of the mod here. And usually I feel like City Skylines usually updates very quickly and you don't really need to restart your game. However, I'm sure that happens every now and again. And you'll see that it's either on or off. You may have to turn it on manually. And it'll also tell you, which is very important, it'll tell you the last time it was updated. If you ever have a mod that you think is breaking your game or giving you some complications, it's good to click on this little magnifying glass to look at it again on the workshop. And down here you'll see, 5 hours ago someone may have had a problem or something like that. So that'll let you kind of figure out which mod is giving you problems and kind of help you pinpoint things like that. So that is how you're going to see what you download from the workshop. There are quite a few things. I don't really go overboard with mods like some people do, but there are some mods that I really suggest getting, especially things like more beautification if you like laying down props. Prop and tree Anarchy is really nice. It allows you to place things down where you normally can't. Traffic manager for your traffic lights is super nice. Network extensions I think is definitely a must-have mod. What else do I think are must-haves? This loading screen mod is really nice. Cloud and fog toggler. I'll load the game back up and go through this in 1 second and show you guys how everything affects my game. Precision engineering is definitely something that you need to have. The advanced toolbar is nice. And the unlimited tree mods. I like to have a lot of really lush looking maps, and unmodded cities only allows you to have so many trees, and with this mod you can just really get as many wildfires as you want with the disasters pack and just have your city looking super lush and natural. The ambient sound tuner, in my opinion, it's super nice, and then Find It as well. So those are where your mods go. You can just turn them on and off by clicking the little boxes, and like I showed you earlier, you can search for them or enable all of them or disable all of them if you're having a problem. I'm gonna show you guys how quickly my game loads into, I think it's a 20,000 population city with the loading screen mod on. It usually just takes me about 1 minute. Let's see. The thing about this mod is that it'll show you the assets and everything that's loading up, how long it's taking, all that jazz. You can see how many assets you've got. And then you'll see a lot of stuff. I need to clean out my assets. A lot of these things say not found, so that is definitely something I need to look into later. But for now, we are not so worried about that. Got my little loading chirpy here. So let's see. I guess it's gonna take about under a minute. I've got a pretty good computer though, so we shall see how this goes. It gets a little funky once it finishes. Sometimes it looks a little bit bizarre, but then your game will load up nice and smoothly. I guess what I'm gonna do is show you guys over here. This is the I'll show you my mods list and how they affect my game. Let me fast forward, or I guess I could just use this mod and turn on daylight so you guys can see better. Alright, so here we have my city. You can see so much of the map because I have a mod on called 81 Tiles, I think. Let's open this up. Prop and tree anarchy is super nice. Usually without it, let's say that you want to put a tree on your road. Well, you can't. But if you have prop and tree anarchy on, which is right here, do Shift P, then you could put a tree in the middle of the street if you want to. I mean, there's other things like putting rocks down and formations and trees over rocks and things like that that are way more useful, sorry. I think this is a nice spot for the video. Let's see. So that's really nice. Traffic manager kind of lets you take your manual traffic lights. If you wanted a traffic light here, but the game didn't spawn one, you could turn it on and off, and then you'd see the lights appear here. Turn those back off. No, please. I forgot not to turn it off. Oh my goodness. Boom. Ha, just kidding. I totally got it. Alright. Let's move that back over as well. What else do we need? Cloud and fog toggler. I feel like that's very important. Let me show you guys. This is my city without smog and without clouds. Here's my industry area here, so the smog is kind of important. Let's turn our smog back on. You can already see the background's a little fuzzier. This is what it looks like with smog. It just depends on what you like in your city. And then if we disable the clouds, you can kind of see it changed a bit back here. I kind of like clouds. I feel like they make your city look a little bit more realistic and dreamier. Precision engineering, I feel like, is really important. Let me show you guys that. But first, let's talk about the ambient sound tuner. I don't know how long this will be relevant because I'm putting it on YouTube, and you guys that know mods should know that mods could disappear or change. So maybe these don't exist later, but this has been a godsend. I play a lot of cities. I almost have 700 hours, I think, in the game, and listening to fire sirens and police sirens drive me crazy. I don't know if you guys are like, if you have ever idled in the middle of a bigger city and all you hear are just fire trucks going by. It makes you crazy. But this mod lets you turn certain things down. Let's see, you can turn the seagulls off, which is really nice to me. Police stations, you can turn all of those down, and that is super nice. Now let me show you precision engineering really quickly. This is actually why I made this video today, because I wanted to show a friend, you know, how easy it is to download your mods, how easy it is to use them. This is precision engineering. It will tell you how many units you are placing. So this is 10 square units here because it had the 10 there. It helps you especially making circles. So if you wanted to make a circle that was 10 by 10 at a 90-degree angle, oh my goodness, roundabouts will never be the same. It's amazing. Precision engineering though is just so nice, especially whenever you want certain things to be perpendicular or you want them to be the same on both sides. I know when I kind of made this area here, this little rest stop area, making it, you know, 10 and 10 and then 15 by 15, and then you can see at the angles also, like if they were at like 144 degrees like that. It's just super helpful. I love it. It just takes your cities to a whole new level and gives you so much OCD control. It's insane. And then the last thing I think I'm going to talk about, another simple mod that is super easy and just totally changes your game completely, is the Find It tool. Like I mentioned earlier, I make a lot of parking lots. I like to use them, I like to use them as fillers in my city, like you can see here next to the gas station. I feel like they look very natural, but I also like making them the same size as the building that I'm putting them next to. So if I am looking for a parking lot, 2 by 3, 4, okay, then there it is, 2 by 4 parking lot. Which is 2 squares by 4 squares, and that's how I make them or name them in the custom asset menu. Or maybe sometime you're looking for a certain kind of tree. Say that you need an oak tree and you don't, I just got a notification. Anyway, and you just, you're looking for something and you don't feel like going all the way through, oh my goodness, all the way, where is the pine tree? And then with this, you can just say pine. And there it is. That is super handy. Also, I think this is called Advanced Toolbar. I also think that that's really handy, but I feel like that mod can be a little bit unstable sometimes, so I just won't go too much into it. Another thing, I didn't really think about going through this, but a lot of these trees, if you're using vanilla cities, you'll notice that they're custom. The way that you find these is just like what we did earlier. You would, let us see, go back to the city, ooh, excuse me, hit my microphone. Go to your City Skylines workshop and you can find that right here. Go to assets and then where it says trees, like I did earlier, you can go most popular and then download things and they'll just appear in your game. You usually don't need to turn those on or off. But yeah, I have a, I guess me recording and stuff right now is sending my computer over the edge. This is a very weird video. Didn't really mean to make this so long, really. But alright, I guess that's it for me. I really appreciate any of you guys watching this, especially if you're from my stream, and I hope that I can help you guys out, or hope that this helps in general, you know. If you're just from YouTube and you'd like to check out my stream, I usually stream kind of afternoons or evenings for EU. Feel free to check out my Twitch link down below, and I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a few minutes and learning a little bit more about mods. If you guys have any questions or want me to talk about anything else, feel free to leave comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe or check out my Twitter page. But yeah, thank you guys very, very much.